Hi, welcome to Fitness Pilates with me, Gail. I'm going to be doing half an hour, just working on your core strength and a bit of stretch and a bit of mobility for your spine. So it's a lovely half an hour, and we're going to have a range of different exercises, working to your own level. So if something feels too difficult, take it down, and if you wish to make it harder, I'll give you options to do that as well. So have a drink of water close at hand, a mat, and just a bit of space, just so that you don't kick anything. So we're going to just start with the feet nice and grounded, sinking into the mat, shoulders down, tummy drawing in nice and tight, and breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. So we're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth throughout this half an hour. So fill the lungs on your in-breath and breathe out and float the arms down. So nice and tall spine. And then just reaching over to the side, dropping the head over, feeling the stretch down the neck. So really lengthen the fingertips. In breath we stretch, out breath coming back. In breath and out. So I'm just going to turn side on. So you want to kind of tuck your bottom under here as you reach up and stretch. So the bottom's tucked under. We breathe in, we flatten the back, head in line with the spine. Breathe out, come back up. So breathe in, really lengthen, and breathe out. And then focus on that tight tummy and breathing in and breathing out. Taking the arms up in line with the ear. So in breath on one and out breath on the other. And again, as I said, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to do a knee lift. So we want to lift on in breath and tap down on out. So in breath and out. Again, drawing in the belly button, keeping good posture. And then if you wish to make this a little bit harder, hold the knee up and breathe out and kick out. So breathe out and in. The higher the knee, the harder. You might want to kind of give a little help if you feel it too much on the hip. Then you can just support that leg as you kick. So breathing out and in. And then we're going to change legs. In breath, out breath, tap. In breath and out. Tummy extra tight, hips level, and then holding up if you wish to continue with that, or you can stay with just tapping the floor. So in breath and out. Try and focus on a little point that you're looking at to keep your balance. Higher the knee, a lot more difficult. And take that leg back down. I'm just going to stand to the back of the mat, taking a roll down and back up, taking a big deep breath in, breathing out, rolling down nice and slow, drawing the belly button up till we reach the floor or near it if you can't reach, and out breath we roll back up. We'll give 3 shoulder rolls when we reach back, so in breath and out. And out, so nice big deep breaths. Coming back down, take a deep breath in, breathe out, draw the tummy up, get that arched back, and then we're going to stay, and then going to walk the hands forward, so you can bend your legs, walking forward into your plank position, and if it's too much, take the knees down onto the mat, drawing the tummy up tight. Focus on a little lift through the shoulder blades here. Spreading the fingers takes pressure off your wrists. If you do have wrist issues, then you might need to come down onto your elbows, but you can still continue in the same plank position from the elbows. We're holding, and then we're going to reach up on in breath, follow the gaze to the fingertips, and out breath back. In breath and out. So just a nice long lift, follow that line of the arm above, shoulder above each other, and hold. Bring your knees down, sit back into child pose, reach the fingers forward and drop your head onto the mat. Long fingertips, elbows spiraling into centre. Focus on your breathing, and we're going to come up onto fours. So have your knees directly underneath your hips and hands directly underneath your shoulders. And then on your out breath, we're going to curl up, lift the tummy up, draw the head under, and in breath, the belly button starts to move, dropping down, and the bottom scoops up, and the head back, or you can keep your head forward if you have any discomfort in the neck.
Someone is at the front door.
Breathing out and breathing in. If you continue with this, I apologise, just 2 seconds, keep with it, breathing out and in. Apologies. Okay, so rest, centre, tummy up. And it's always the same, the minute you go live, your doorbell goes. So from here, we're going to lift opposite arm and leg. So just lift on in breath, and on out breath, tuck under into the little curl. In breath, stretch, long fingertips and toes. Out breath, as small as you can make yourself into a little ball. In breath, and out. And then we're just going to have the hand down and the leg out, and we're just going to curl that leg in. So breathing out as you curl, trying to get the heel to the bottom, keeping your knee in line with the hip. And from here, we're just going to bend the leg, lift that leg up and lift the chest up. So I'm going to flex my foot nice and high. And if it's too much, just don't take the head up as high. And then we're going to straighten that leg out. And on an out breath, I want you to bring the leg diagonally across and tap the floor. In breath back, out breath across. So we're just going from side to side with this leg, and we're going to keep upper body facing forward. So breathing out and in, breathing out and in. So tummy drawing up extra tight.
Someone is at the front door.
Breathing out and in. Out breath and in. Hold, take that toe down to the floor. Look around to the toe. Look and try and twist gently. And from there, bring the leg back, sit back, and just relax back into your child pose. Have a couple of breaths in your child pose. And just come back up onto fours, and then taking opposite arm and leg out, lengthen through the tummy up, extra tight, and out breath we come under, and in breath we lengthen, breathing out and in, breathing out and in. So nice and tight on that little tuck under. And then take the arm down, curl that leg, heel to bottom. So breathe out and squeeze, keeping the knee up in line with the hip. Squeeze extra tight abs, so you have your flat back. Hold that leg out, and then breathe out, tap across, breathe in and back. Breathe out, tap, breathe in. Now try and come as wide as you can with that foot, keeping upper body facing forward, breathing out and in, and then stay in the toe, landing down, and try and twist round to have a little look at the toe, push the hip out, nice stretch down the side of the body, keep breathing, and then bring that leg back, bring upper body up, and we're going to do our lean backs. So hip width apart with the knees, bottom tucked under, arms forward, and breathing out and sinking back, breathing in, coming up. So out breath, push your hips out to the front. So don't do a back bend here, keep your body nice and flat. So really tuck forward, so you have this little push out of the hip, but drawing in of the belly button. And then we're going to stay back and keep that tightness, core drawing in, navel to spine, squeeze. The lower you lean back, the harder this will be. Keep pushing out to the hips. If you need a rest, come back up and come back in and have a little rest. So we're just going to come down onto our bottom. So just bringing the feet forward, bent legs, and from here we're just going to lean back. So arms are forward, breathing out, leaning back. So we're going to lift the chest into the flat back as we lean back, and scissor the arms. So in breath and out, in breath and out. Lift the chest, arm back in line with the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder down slightly away from the ear as you lift, and come up and have a rest. Draw underneath the elbow, underneath the elbows, underneath the knees. Breathe in, stretch, and breathe out. Roll, really roll your hips up and enjoy this opening up of the vertebrae. Couple of breaths here. Chin coming down towards your chest. In breath we lift again, give a stretch back, and out breath we curl. And from here we're going to take the legs to tabletop. So we want to lift the legs up, knees directly above your hips, heels in line with the knees, and we're going to hold. And if this is too much, then you can just land up, just taking the feet back onto the floor and just hold in the position you were last in. Extra tight squeeze, and then on out breath I'm going to straighten up one leg and back. So breathe out and in, out breath and in. So if this is too much, you could do from the floor, just lift from the floor, but we're trying to work a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging to keep these legs up. Out breath and in. Keep squeezing. Try and straighten that leg. Nice and tight core, chin up. So we're just keeping this nice lifted chin. And have a little rest. So we're going to take it into straight legs up. So you're just going to take it in from your tabletop, and then we're going to lift both legs up and try and hold, lifting the chest, tummy drawing down, holding pinky toes, turn them slightly out, long legs. If it's too much, take the hands back, try and support, have a rest, and come up. So we're going to tap our hip and our heels. So we're going to try and just work from one to the other. Easiest is if the feet are on the floor and you're doing this. Harder is if we extend. So breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Just like a little train motion here with the arms. Breathing out and in, out and in. And have a little rest. So just going to roll down nice and slow so we can stretch out. So legs can be straight if you want to make this a little bit harder. I'm keeping mine bent at the moment. Take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, roll the hips up, come down, bone by bone, nice and slow into the stretch. Extend the legs out if they're not out already. Push the small of the back into the mat. Next in breath, we're going to peel ourselves off, lift, take the arms up to the ceiling, flatten the back, and out breath, we're going to fold forward, curled back. In breath, lifting up, flat back. Out breath, rolling down. And in breath, stretch, couple of breaths here. Keeping it nice and tight on the tummy. Small of the back, as I said, pushing down. And from there, we're going to just take the legs up above the hips. So we're going to take in breath, one leg down, and out breath up. Easier is if you have bent legs. Harder if the legs are straight. And harder again is if you lift your chest up and hands at the side of the head. So in breath and out. And then we're going to slow that down to doubles. So in breath for 2, out breath for 2. In breath and out. In breath and out. Slowing it down to 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and in breath and out breath. Make sure the leg is directly above your hip. So in 2, 3, 4. So the head can be rested on the mat to make this easier. In 2, 3, 4, and out. Nice and slow. And then we're going to take 2 legs down. So just taking the 2 legs down, I'm going to take my back down and just work the legs. So in breath, down. If you wish to stay with single legs, stay with single legs. If you wish to make this a little bit harder, lifting up, in breath, stretch, out breath, crunch, in breath and out, in breath and out. Single legs to make it easier. And then we're going to give a little hug in. Head rested, just leaning sort of side to side, getting a little bit of weight spread across the lower back. And then from there, we are just going to come up, grab below the knees, underneath the knees, and bring yourself up. So you're going to have one leg bent and one leg straight. Hands behind will be your easier option on this one. The minute the hands come forward, it puts more pressure onto the tummy. So if you can have your legs, your arms forward. Doing on my legs from my arms this afternoon. Brain fog. So leaning back, tummy down, and breathe out and in with this leg. Out and in. The upper body stays still. Work coming from the core, tight tummy, and the hip is working to lift. Out breath and in. Holding and then bring the knee into chest. Breathe out and in. Out breath and in. And then we'll go one on each, so we'll come in and out and then up and down. So breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Out and in breath. Have a little rest, have a little stretch. Squeeze the shoulders back. And out breath, sink back. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So you want your other leg to be out. And then we want to sink back. Now the lower you sink back here, the harder this will be. The higher up you are, the easier. So just kind of gently, just have the fingertips down on the mat. Draw the stomach extra tight. And breathe out and in. Out breath and in. Really squeeze. It's really challenging if you're drawing in extra tight and these fingers are just resting. And then we're going to bring that leg in and out, so breathe out and in. Upper body nice and still. All the work coming from the core, guys. Out breath and in. Out through the mouth and in. And then we're going to go one on each, so out and then a lift. Bring it in and out, and then a lift. So out breath and in, out breath and in. And hands behind if it's too much. One more. And bring it up into your in-breath stretch. Out breath, curl. In-breath and out. Into a little side plank. Double up your mat for extra protection on the elbows if you have a hard floor. And you can either come from knee on the floor, we're going to be lifting up and down here with the hip. If it's too easy for you to stay on your knee, bring one foot in front. And if you want it a little bit more out of this, feet stacked on top, lifting up, arm directly above your shoulders. In breath down, out breath up. So in breath and out. In and out. Nice and high with the hip. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. So I'm going to give you a little option here to make this harder. So we're going to just come down onto full arm. So one foot is in front of the other. Bring your hand over. Move the other hand slightly back so the head is slide on. Breathe in down, breathe out up. Breathe in, breathe out. So knee can be still on this floor to make this easier. In breath, so really working into the obliques. In breath and out. And coming up, I'm going to change sides. So we're going to lie down. Either you're on the elbow, either one knee on the floor, one foot in front, one foot on top, lifting up into our side plank. In breath down, out breath push, in and out. And don't forget to double up the mat if you feel that this hurts your elbow. In breath down, out breath, in breath and out. And then I'm going to just change that to the full arm. One foot in front of each other for this. Lifting up. Bring the hand round to the side. Move the other one slightly back. Belly button drawing up, head forward. In breath down, out breath up. In breath and out. In breath, knee on the floor to make this easier. In breath and out. In and out. Last one. In breath and out. Bring your knees down. Sit back into child pose. Arms behind, palms up, and rest. Nice. Deep breath in and out. And from there, I'm going to roll back onto onto the tummy, onto the bottom. Gonna work our tummies. Roll back nice and slow. Toes, big toe together, knees dropping out into your diamond legs. And we're going to breathe out and come up and breathe in down. Now if you wish to make this a little bit harder, lift the toes, keep the knees out, squeeze. And if you wish to draw in and extend out, add on more effort. So we breathe out and in, breathe out and in. So squeeze, squeeze, hold those knees and then swivel elbow to knee, side to side guys. Bring the knee round, swivel and rest. Again, give a little stretch. And then we're just going to take it into our back stretch, the feet down, dropping the knees to one side, arms out in line with the shoulders. You can have a cushion between your knees. Going to press down, keeping both shoulders down on the mat. And if you wish to stretch the IT band and the outer part of the leg from your hip down, taking the toe, taking that into your straight leg, and breathe. Allow your body to relax into your stretch. Don't work against your stretch. And the higher up your toe comes on that straight leg towards the shoulder, more the stretch. Bring that leg back to bent legs. Bring it back up. Centre your bottom. Drop the knees the other way. Look away from your knees. Press to make it a little bit more of a stretch. Knees up higher to make it even more. Breathing. Allow your body to relax. And if you wish to stretch, top leg, taking your toe, extend the straight leg and bring that leg back down to the floor. And rest. Breathe. Keep your shoulder down, don't lift the shoulder up. Shoulders are grounded, flat. Bring that leg back. Bring the feet together and knees coming in. And just give a couple of little tucks here. Really squeezing. Rolling over. Going to give the core a little stretch. So feet hip width apart, toes long, elbows directly under, shoulders draw back as if you're pulling the forearms back, head up, facing forward. And if you wish to increase this, work a little bit into your back, but we're stretching the core as well. Hands moved slightly out, pushing up. Breathe, squeeze the shoulders away from the ears. And if you want to bring the hands back and push up a little bit more, bring your hands back and just push up. Shoulders squeezing back into centre and shoulders away from the ears. And from there, sit back again into your child pose. Arms just rested wherever they're comfortable. A couple of big deep breaths in and out. And coming up and coming onto our sit bones, crossing the legs to the front, lifting the chest nice and high, flat back. Take a big deep breath in, and on out breath, push forward. Every out breath, we increase the stretch forward. If you want to drop your chin down to chest, you'll feel the stretch down the back of the neck. Taking the arms behind, big deep breath in, breathe out, push away, Shoulders down away from the ears as you lift the arms up behind your back, opening up the chest, front of the shoulders. Keep that tummy in, nice tall back. Really squeeze. From there, we're going to just bring the arm across the chest, draw the arm in, just stretch the back of the shoulder. Taking the arm across on the other side. Big deep breath in, breathe out, draw that hand, keep your chest facing forward. Take the arm down, lift up on in breath, hold that on out. Changing, in breath up, keep the shoulder back as you bend. One more time each side, in breath, lengthen, out breath, curl. In breath, lengthen, out breath, curl. And let's just lean forward. Walk the fingertips forward, drop your head forward and try and relax down. Nice and slowly push yourself back up, head over, palm or fingers on the opposite side, pushing down. Change inside, push that palm down. And then a little twist on out breath, look over the right shoulder or left. In breath back to center, out breath, twist. In breath back, one more time. Breathing out, breathing in, last time. And we're just going to finish with the head coming down, forward. Interlock the fingers, let the hands just rest on the back of the head and elbows close in. Gravity pulling the head down, elbows coming down towards the floor. If it's too much, take the hands away, just drop your head. And nice and slowly bring that back up. Big deep breath in, lift the arms up and breathing out. Big deep breath in, nice long spine and breathing out. Last one guys, big deep breath in, bring the hands back to the heart. Thank you so much if you joined me there. Any comments, put them up. Have a fabulous Friday and enjoy your weekend. Have a little drink now as well and I shall see you next week. But thank you so much, take care and enjoy.